So now let's talk about relational operators. Just listing down the various relational operators that we have. We have equal to, we have greater than, we have less than, we have greater than equal to, we have less than equal to, and we have not equal to. So I'll write down the definitions or just, so this is equal to, this is greater than, this is less than, this is greater than equal to, this is less than equal to, this is not equal to. So the name pretty much defines that what function a particular operator is performing. Now let's on to see using examples and try to understand more about these operators. So starting with equal to, which is equal to. So generally we use this equal to for comparing that whether two variables are equal or not. But here this particular is used as the assignment operator. This we have seen quite number of times that if we do something like a equal to 7, this won't do the comparison that whether a equal to 7 or not. Rather, it will assign the value of 7 to a. So for comparing two variables, we use double equal to. So let's say I have a equal to 6 and b also equal to 6. One case, and let's say we have a equal to 6 or b equal to 7. So if I do something like, if a is equal to b, or I do something like if a equal to b. So in this particular case, a is equal to b, right? A is also having value as 6, b is also having value as 6. So in this case, the a is equal to b. So the resultant of these operators are either true or false. So we are checking whether the comparison that we are doing is true or false. So in this particular case, a is equal to b, so the resultant is going to be true, right? Whereas here we are checking whether a equal to b. Here a is having value as 6 and b is having value as 7. So we can say that a is not equal to b. So the resultant here is going to be false. And we know that in C++, true corresponds to 1 and false corresponds to 0. So if we do bool x equal to a equal to b, then in this particular case, x is assigned value true or false depending upon the value of a and b. And if we try to print the value of x, we get the output as 1 or 0 corresponding to true or false. So this was about the equal to operator. Just the opposite of equal to is not equal to. In not equal to, it's just opposite to equal to. So if two numbers are equal, it gives the output as false. And if two numbers are not equal, I'll repeat, not equal to is just opposite of equal to. If two numbers are equal, the output is false, and if two numbers are not equal, the output is true. So if I do something like a not equal to b, and if the value of a is 6 and b is also 6, and for that matter again I write it here, a the value of 6 and b has value as 7. So it checks whether a is not equal to b. So here we are checking that whether a is not equal to b. but here A is equal to B. So whatever condition I'm checking is false, and here A is not equal to B. Yes, A is not equal to B, so my output will be true, which is 0, and false is 1. So that was about the equal to and not equal to operator. Let's go on to see the next operator, which is, let's say, greater than. So now we'll talk about greater than, or let's say less than operator. So if I do something like A greater than B and A less than B, let's say the value of A is 3 and B is 4. So here it checks whether A is greater than B or not. So if A is greater than B, the output will be true. So I'll write if A is greater than B, my output is true. And if A is less than B, in this particular case, my output will be false. So what will I do? I'll check if A greater than B. So here my A is 3 and B is 4. So is A greater than B? No. So the output for this will be false, which is 0 if you print it. Here we are checking that if A is less than B. So if A is less than B, I will get the output as true, else false. So here again A is 3, B is 4. So is A less than B? Yes. So the output for this is going to be true. So this is the use case of greater than and less than. So apart from greater than and less than, we had greater than equal to and less than equal to. So in this particular case, what happens if we write something like, A greater than equal to B, or let's say I perform an operation A less than equal to B. So in this particular case, if A and B both would have been 3, then also the output would be false, since here we are looking that whether A is strictly greater than B or not. But here if A is equal to 3 and B is equal to 3, we get the output as true, because we are checking that whether A is greater than or equal to B. So this is how we check that whether A is greater than or equal to B. So even if A is greater than B or if A is equal to B, the output will be true. Here the vice versa is happening. We are checking whether A is less than equal to B. We are checking whether A is less than equal to B. Less than or equal to B. So even if A is less than B or equal to B, my output is going to be true, else my output is going to be false. So here let's say what are the scenarios which we will get as true and false. Let's say A equal to 3, B equal to 3, A equal to 5, B equal to 3, A equal to 3, B equal to 5. Now let's check here. So we are checking whether 3 is less than equal to 3. Yes, 3 is equal to 3. Equal to condition is true, so we will get the answer as true. Now let's say A is 5, B is 3. So if 5 is less than equal to 3, no, 5 is neither less than nor equal to 3, so I get false. Here I am checking A equal to 3, B equal to 5. Let's say I am checking 3 less than equal to 5. So here 3 is less than 5. So this condition is true, so I get the answer as true. So that was all about equal to, greater than, less than, greater than equal to, and less than equal to, and not equal to. So these were the relational operators. So as you saw here, that I'm saying here that if A is less than or equal to B, if either of this is true, this will be true. So for handling such situations where we have multiple conditions, and based on true and false value of multiple conditions we want a result, for such scenarios we use logical operators. So let's talk about the logical operators now. So talking about the logical operators, we had logical and, logical or, and logical not. This is logical and, this is logical or, and this is logical not. Generally logical and logical or work on two operands, hence they are called binary operators. Not can work on single operand, so they are known as unary operator. So let's see what happens in logical and, logical or, and logical not. So talking about logical and first. So now let's talk about logical and. So this is how we can use logical and in our program. For these to make sense, a can either be an integer or it can be a boolean. So a can have values like 0, 1, 2 or several integers value, or a can have value like true or false. Similar is the case with b. So whenever a is having value as 1, 2, or let's say if a is having any non-zero value, that is considered to be true. So non-zero values are considered to be true and 0 is considered as false. So what happens generally in this case of a and b, that a and b can have result either as true or false. So if both of a and b is true, then only a and b will be true. I'll repeat, if both a and b is true or is having non-zero value, then only resultant of a and b will be true. So if I write something like this, let's say bool x equal to a and b, or let's say if I try to print out a and b, so if I write cout a and b, then if both a and b is true or having non-zero value, then only the result for x, or for that matter the print here, is going to be true. And if either of them or both of them are false, the result is going to be false. So if either AB is false or both of them are false, resultant of A and B will be false. So now let's try this A and B on several values of this A and this B. So let's say I'm performing an operation boolean x equal to A and B. So here several values of A could be, let's say we are considering true and false here. So the various combination possible is A is true, B is false, A is true, B is true. So it could be true or any non-zero value, or it could be false or any zero value. So here A is again false, B is true, A is false, B is false. So if we try to find what will be the value of x, for these values of a and b. So for first, a is true and b is false, and we have seen that if either a and b is false, a or b is false, or both of them are false, the resultant is false. So here b is false, 1 is false. So for first case, my answer will be false. For second case, both are true, so answer will be true. Third case, 1 is false, 1 is true. In this case, we get false for A and B. And for third case, both are false, so we get false for A and B. So if we try to print this x, we get the resultant as 1, since true corresponds to integer 1. So this was about A and B. Now let's talk about A or B. So what happens in case of A or B is, if either of them is true, I'll write, if either of A, B is true, result is true. Or better to write, if either or both of A, B is true, result is true. And if both A and B is false, result is false. So if I write something like x equal to A or B, considering same set of values, in first case we have A equal to true, B equal to false. So here if either or both of A and B is true, so here either is true, A is true. So in first case my value will be true. In second case both are true, my value will be true. In third case my value will be again A is false but B is true, so my value is true. In fourth case both are false, so if both A and B is false, result is false, so we get false. So this was about A and B and A or B. Let's go on to talk about the third operator, which was logical NOT. Let's talk about logical NOT operator. Logical NOT operator has a simple use case. It just converts true to false or I can say non-zero value to 0 and converts false to true, again 0 to 1. So the use case of logical NOT operator generally goes like this. So let's say I write x equal to not A. So this is how we use a logical NOT. So here A could have several values. A could either be true, or let's say A is having value as 6 or 1, or A could have value as false. So these are the probable values of A, let's say. So let's see what happens in case of not A, or let's say logical not A. So if A is true, we get the value of x as false after this operation. If A is 6, we get the value of x as 0 after this operation. Though even if I print false, it will get printed as an integer only. So if I write something like Cout x, then the resultant is going to be 0 in both the cases, because false gets mapped to 0 and gets printed here. Now coming to 1, if I do not A and A is 1, we get x equal to 0. For A equal to false, or let's say 0, for A equal to false, x will be true, which will eventually print to 1. For 0 again, if I perform 0, I get x equal to true. Okay, it's not visible. I get x equal to true, which gets printed to 1. So this is the use case of logical NOT operator. So that was about the logical operators. One last operator that we can talk here is size of. So if I do something like int a equal to 7, and if I write size of a, then this operator gives me the size of the data type. So in this case, size of a is 4. Let's say considering integer is of 4 bytes. So if integer would have been 8 bytes, then size of a would have given me 8. So if you write something like float b equal to 2.7, even if you don't initialize, and you write size of b, then gives me the size of b gives me the size of data type float. So this is one of the operator size of, and we can see that size of is a unary operator. So that was about size of operator.